Yo, what's up guys? We're at the Peterson. Come check out some hypercars you've never seen before. One of the most controversial cars in the world. This is the DeVel 16 prototype. With its top model rumored to produce over 5,000 horsepower, this car is based off of a fighter jet. This is another car that everyone is talking about. This is the Hennessy Venom F5. This car is set to be the fastest production car in history with claims to go over 300 miles an hour. This car is one of 24, produces over 1,800 horsepower, and is set to take the hypercar stage by storm. In 2013, Ferrari unveiled the most powerful production Ferrari ever built, the LaFerrari. This is the stepped up version of that, the Aperta. The first hybrid Ferrari road car, the Aperta is only one of 210, pushes nearly 1,000 horsepower, and although it debuted at an MSRP of nearly 2 million, they sell for roughly 5 to 7 million now. Nicknamed Thor, this is one of 2 Koenigsegg Agera FEs. Beating over 5 land speed records throughout its 8-year production run, this Koenigsegg Agera FE goes over 280 miles per hour and has a horsepower of over 1,300. At over 17 feet long, the McLaren Speedtail is an actual yacht on wheels. This car is only one of 106 ever built and goes for over 2.24 million MSRP, but now it's far above that figure. Carbon fiber completely encompasses this car and it has a top speed of over 250 miles an hour. It also has over 1,000 horsepower. You may have heard of it before. This is the Bugatti Veyron. This thing basically wrote the book on hypercars and at one point was the fastest car in the world at over 250 miles per hour. The Veyron pushed boundaries, reaching over 1,000 horsepower and had a 0 to 60 of 2.5 seconds. The very first production car produced by Croatian automaker Rimac. This is the Rimac Concept 1. This car shattered what was expected from the electric car community with over 4 electric motors, a top speed of over 220 miles per hour, and a horsepower of over 1,000. One of 8 ever produced, this is the world's first electric hypercar. This is the first hypercar released by brand new Chinese automaker NIO. The NIO EP9 produces over 1,300 horsepower with 4 all-electric motors. The NIO EP9 is pushing the boundaries of what electric cars can do. The battery packs can be charged in as little as 45 minutes and it produces insane downforce. This is the brand new Razor Tachyon Speed prototype. It is the only one in the world and features over 6 electric motors and goes over 240 miles per hour. You guys may have seen this supercar before. This is the Pagani Huayra and it's actually owned by Manny Koshman, a good friend of mine. They've only produced 1 of 100 of these, and in every single color, they're completely unique. This color is exactly unique to Manny. With a 0 to 60 of 2.8 seconds and over 700 horsepower, these hypercars debuted at $1.4 million, but now are pushing far above that number. At one point, the most powerful Lamborghini ever produced in almost entirely carbon fiber, this is the brand new Lamborghini Centenario. One of only 20 Centenarios ever produced and over $2 million, this Lamborghini can go over 700 horsepower. With a supercharged 6.3 liter V8, this is the Aria FXE concept car. This is the very first one and it's based off of the 1970s Corvette models. This thing has 11,050 horsepower and is one of 400. So this right here is the Caparo T1. It's the very first ever produced and it has a power to weight ratio that's twice that of a Bugatti Veyron. This thing goes 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. The car is absolutely insane. It's the first prototype ever made. This is the Delage D12. This thing has 1,100 horsepower and is based off of an F1 car. Built in Los Angeles, this is the brand new Zinger 21C. It goes over 281 miles an hour and has a horsepower over 1,200. This is the brand new De Tomaso P72 prototype. It's not even out yet. This is a McLaren P1, 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. And now a word from our sponsors, Rusty's, for all your rear bumper needs. Ka-chow.